Hello, people of the internet. James Phoenix here. Let me tell you about my day. So, for those who don't know, myself and Geoff, who is hanging out over there,
Hi.
We are at Power Morphicon, the first and still best after 6 of these, over 12 years, convention for Power Rangers here in Anaheim, California. And we made our way out here over the course of the day, and yeah. Don't fly United, people. Just don't do it. It's a no. I departed for those of you who watch this generally know that I live in the New York area. And I departed New York in the neighborhood of about 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything went fine. We got there, got the rest early, got their security without a problem, which was very easy because I have not dealt with the TSA before. The last time I flew was 15 years ago before 9/11 and all that happened. So we got through. That went pretty well. And then once we were in the air, we flew for about 2 hours, and we were suddenly informed that there was an issue with the cabin pressurization. And as a result, we were going to be diverted. Initially, they said that we were going to land in Nashville, since we were already in the southern portion of the country. Then the captain came back on and announced that there was a thunderstorm over Nashville and we would not be able to land there, so instead we were going to be sent to Memphis, which was not that far away. However, because of whatever to do with the Memphis airport, we were going to have to circle around in the air for about 30 minutes to burn off some excess fuel, or we would come in overweight, and that's a problem, apparently. However, within 10 to 15 minutes before that could even become an issue, the captain came back on again and informed us that because it had better repair facilities, they had chosen to instead route us to Chicago, O'Hare International to be specific. So that took us well out of the way. We then had to, we were stuck in the airplane for a little while. Then they deplaned us so they could investigate the plane to determine whether it could be repaired. They determined that it would take 90 minutes to repair the plane, possibly more, and chose to find us a different plane instead. So we went to the gate next door and got on another plane. And this was at about, we're in Central Time at this point in Chicago, so that would be about 5:20 Central Time. And we were told that with the time difference and everything, we'd be arriving out here in Anaheim a little after 7:30. And so we figured, all right, that's going to put us, much later than we intended to, because we were originally going to be here at 3:30 low Pacific time. But what you could do? Well, then we sat on the tarmac on the runway for almost an hour, waiting to be able to take off. So by the time we finally took off, we were even further behind. And all said and told, we were supposed to be here about 3:30, 3:45 in the afternoon, and we actually got here at 8:30. That's an extra 5 hours, and given it was only a 5.5 hour flight to begin with, you almost doubled the flight time, United. I understand sometimes these things happen, but I feel like cabin pressurization is a thing you check before you take off. And I also feel that maybe there could have been a little bit more in the way of, I appreciate you did give us a $200 credit for another flight, and that's appreciated. And you did throw us some extra snacks and water, and that was good too. And they were good snacks too. There was some fruit, there was Welch's fruit snacks, there was some Rice Krispie treats, it was good stuff. But, your response is, well, here's a credit. Well, given what I went through today, the credit's all well and good, but using that credit requires me to again use your shitty airline. I am not inclined to do that, except for my return from here because it's already paid for and I have to do that. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's just a logistics thing, to be honest. They did get us another plane fairly quickly, but then the fact that we had to sit there for an hour, maybe it's because O'Hare is a major busy airport, I don't know. But it's just some issues. And the flight crew were great about it the whole time. All the flight attendants were very, very kind. They were very helpful. They made sure that we were taken care of, brought around extra water and everything else, made sure that we were okay. The captain had a good sense of humor about it, and so did some of the people on the ground at O'Hare that were reporting to us what was going on. So all the employees were excellent. I give them full credit on that, especially because it was as much an inconvenience for them as it was for us. But overall, just not the day we expected. And of course, because of this extensive delay and not getting in until 8:30 and therefore not to the hotel till 9, we completely missed Austin St. John, who was only here for the Day Zero Thursday events because he has another con to go to the rest of the weekend and he had to catch a flight. From what the Fallen Angel tells me, apparently He couldn't even finish the people that were in his line because he did have to leave or he would have missed his flight. So that kind of sucks. That said, we are here in the hotel room now. This is the Anaheim Hilton. And we went down, we had some dinner at the Mix restaurant, which, while incredibly overpriced, was good. I will give them that much. It was good food. And we are now here in the room. Cam is staying in the room next door. Melissa could not make it, unfortunately, due to employment commitments. But not attending the con, but out here to visit Disneyland, her sister Nikki tagged along instead. So we do still have a full group of people, so that's fun. So tomorrow is Friday. Badge pickup is at about 11 a.m. or so. Now, when I say it's noon, but we're going to get in line at 11 a.m. to make sure that we're not, behind 600 people in line for badges. I am operating on the assumption currently that the dealer's room and autograph booths for the Rangers and whatnot will be available starting around noon. Panels do not actually start till 4. So that should give us a good 3 to 4 hours to walk around, get some autographs, browse the booths, and get a lot of that stuff done today. Because tomorrow there's back-to-back panels the entire day, and it's going to be harder to find time for that kind of thing. So I think that's going to be advantageous to us. Other than that, that's pretty much been the day. We're getting ready to call it a night here, but I do want to make sure to get this down as a report of day 1, sort of, kind of, quote-unquote, of Morphicon. As a further note, by the way, for those that are unaware, we will be here Friday, tomorrow, and we will be here Saturday all day, but because our flight back is at about 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, because to get a non-stop back to New York, we had to either take that or one that was at 8 o'clock at night and was an overnight red-eye. We will not be able to stay Morphicon Sunday, barring circumstances that get our flight canceled. So Sunday will not be reported on. Unfortunately, we will be reporting on Friday and Saturday as we go. And for anybody who's wondering elsewise, we will not be doing, as mentioned, the regular timing for the fantasy log scoring. That'll take place on Tuesday, and news will generally be nixed this week, barring anything major that will be mentioned at the beginning of the Tuesday scoring video. SummerSlam, our season finale, will be scored regularly on Thursday. And we will kick off our new season, hopefully on Saturday as scheduled, with a draft and the first scoring of the new season. So stay tuned for all that. More reports coming from Morphicon. We'll see you tomorrow as we've been to some panels and met some Rangers and stuff, and there'll be more interesting things going on there.